616 Versuche. Wir waren bei irgendwas mit 400. Wir sind 200 Mal an diesen Scheißboss gestorben. Yeah. Weißt du, was ich glaube? Dass es irgendwie das Endgame ist. Aber guck mal, da unten sind noch so viele Fragezeichen. Weil der Schwierigkeitsgrad ist ja mal enorm. Oder ich stelle mich einfach nur dämlich an. Das kannst du auch haben, ne? Ich mache erstmal die Cam wieder aus, ne? Man sieht sich später. Ja. Man schwitzt leicht unter der Maske. So. Jo. Oh ja, ein Schild. Ich mal, die Dinger kommen ja runter. Oh, Schild wieder weg. Ja, so weit war ich ja noch nie. Ja, das wird jetzt auch noch mal eine harte Nummer hier. Wir haben gedacht, das Ding ist schwer. Der Boss da gerade, das war nicht mal ein Boss. War einfach ein ganz normales Level, Digga. Ganz normales Level war das, Digga. Ganz normales Level. Was geht hier denn ab? Verrückt! Oh Gott, nicht aufgepasst. Ja. Die Musik ist auch schon so verrückt. Oh Gott. Mami! Weg, tschüss! Uah. Uiuiuiui. Ja, die spinnen doch, die Römer. Uiuiuiui. Einfach quer rüber. Oh no. Ja, du kannst mir nicht erzählen, dass das hier noch irgendwie am Anfang des Spiels ist. Wohin? Nein! Alles klar, ich hab aber verstanden, was ich machen muss. Ah, ich bin so doof. Gott im Himmel. Ich danke dir für meinen Pimmel. Er war so groß und dick. Ich weiß nicht, was ich ab hier machen muss. Ah, ich muss jetzt an der Kette hängen. Nee. Okay. Freiheit! Ich rieche sie! Oh nein, wieder der Boss! Oh nein, wieder dieses Gehämmere! Ja. Da muss er raufhauen. Junge, 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 das ist... Hau ihn! So, jetzt heißt das ausweichen. Das Ding, das haut mich einfach weg. Ist klar. Und das Ding, das blitzt mich einfach nieder. Ist klar. Ja, hau auf das Ding. Sehr gut. Ui. Mano. Hier. Hau auf das Ding. Nicht auf mich. Nein, was ist das denn für eine Lavakacke da oben auf einmal? Wo kommt die Kacke denn her? Ich werde den Boss, also morgen schaffen wir ihn. Aber ich meine damit nicht, dass wir das jetzt ausmachen, sondern ich meine damit... Ich meine damit, dass wir es bis morgen spielen und trotzdem noch nicht geschafft haben. Und was hat mich da denn auf einmal getroffen? Willst du mich verarschen hier oder was? Hau dich selbst, Idiot. Idiot. Bin ich so blöd, die Hand zu treffen oder was? Hä, was blitzdings mich denn da jedes Mal? Nein, er hat sich nicht selbst getroffen. Ich habe keinen Bock mehr auf diesen scheiß Boss. Bis hierhin war das Spiel ja ganz cool. So, wir sind durch. In das Spiel kann ich gleich kreuzweise am Arsch lecken. Und ihr Audio auf den Kopf. Jawohl. Oh, sein Gehirn ist schon sichtbar. Ich kack dir da rein. Scheiß dir da so in den Kopf, ey. Ja. Oh, Gott sei Dank. Kapitel 11. Die Familie zusammenbringen.
A single bored-looking guard stood between us and the exit. All the other soldiers must have been at the main gate, either being entertained or annoyed by Mr. Silton and the others. How do we get past him then? Whispered Heather as we crept closer. The old lady smiled. I'll create a distraction and you two run for it, she said. No, Mum, said Heather. If we're leaving, you're coming too. But Mr. Logan soon solved our dilemma. As we quietly jogged through the exit, Mr. Silton and the others tore out.
Ist aber auch so ein Brutalo, ne?
To a halt. All the while Mr. Preston shouting and gesturing for us to get in. When things had finally quietened down, I asked Heather what was going on. It all changed after Dad died, she said, explaining that because the professor didn't want anything to do with me, the old man's financial investors split the company into 12 divisions and began manufacturing all sorts of robots. So the old man, he was actually my creator, my maker. I suppose a more poetic man might have called him my father. Soon, the robots were sold to every country, Heather continued, saying that when a small skirmish in the Middle East turned into a global war, every country started using robotic troops. In literally less than a day, every country's robots realized that the other robots were not the problem, the humans were, and, very logically deserted, with disastrous consequences. It suddenly all made sense. What the professor had said, all the other robots, and why no one ever wanted to talk about the war when I was around. All of a sudden, Alice shouted for everyone to hold on. We were being followed.
Und Heather hat das natürlich überlebt, obwohl wir sie verloren haben. Wo ist mein Penis?
I'd never really considered the idea of God, but I actually prayed that Heather was okay. We'd fallen pretty far out of the van, and I wasn't sure I'd really braced her fall.
Ja, easy alles hier. Komm mal,
Heather
Heather.
greeted me with a calm smile. I thought you'd find me easier than I'd find you, so I thought I'd stay put. I made a small shelter as quick as I could. It was soon pitch black and starting to rain, so Heather had suggested we rest. In the morning when there would be better light, we could try to find our way home. I don't think Dad ever imagined this would happen, said Heather with a sad look in her eye. I mean, he would always talk about how he'd dreamt of a robot when he was a young boy. He and Mum was so happy when you finally turned up. I honestly think he thought robots like you could help the world, not kill millions of people. Death is really sad, I said. It was an obvious thing to say, but Heather nodded. When my best friend died, she continued, I asked Mum why people had to die. She said it was to make room for new babies to be born. I don't know why, but this made me feel both happy and sad at the same time. Mr. Preston practically fell through a bush as he said, "There you are. We've been looking for you all night." He explained that they had lost the soldiers but the van had broken down. Luckily though, it was actually only a short walk away. I must have looked sad when we got back, as the old lady sat down beside me. "What's the matter?" she asked. I told her that Heather had explained the war to me. The old lady sighed, "It's not your fault," before saying how the original idea was for the robots to be raised like children, learning and developing their own consciousness. But, when the old man died and I was shut down, my consciousness was taken, hacked, and copied to every other robot, to bypass the growing up stage. Heather explained that every robot had a tiny bit of my memories, of the old man, the house, of everything. So when the war broke out, hundreds of unstable robots kept arriving at their house. "I think it was like some kind of pilgrimage for them," said the old lady. "That's why we created a scrambling signal. It only works within a few hundred miles, but turns any unlicensed or illegal robots close enough into mindless zombies. That's another reason we were surprised to see you." Heather explained how most of the planet had been taken over by robots. She said they were looking for more people, but it wasn't looking good. They had received a radio signal from Japan. There was a few thousand people who survived there. "Lord knows how," said the old lady. "Their robots outnumbered people 50-1 by the time the war broke out." Heather said how she had been writing a virus that would shut any robot down. "I'm not really a great coder," she said. "Mom was trying to work out a way to boost the scrambling signal, but now you're here I've got an idea." The old lady smiled and slowly nodded. "We should be able to clone your personality and broadcast your consciousness to all the other robots." Heather smiled. "We'll make them all nice." "Robot," interrupted Mr. Sultan, "we're nearly done, but we're all starving. See if you can catch us one of them rabbits."
Oh nö! Nee, ich will kein Hasen essen. Ich will Menschen
When I
essen.
got back, I told everyone that I couldn't catch anything. I don't think anyone was too disappointed.
Kapitel 12. Zurück nach Hause. Ha! Ich habe keinen Hasen gefangen. Nö, nö, nö. Ich habe den Hasen in Ruhe gelassen. Ja, wieder fliegen. Schneller! Schneller! Ja, lol, Hilfe! Ja!
In the morning, Sim and Alice brought the blind man to the house. Despite his lack of sight, he was quite the computer expert. He talked the others through the process of setting up a video phone. He said it should serve our purpose, but the low bit rate might make everyone's faces look a bit blocky.
Stimmt, da war ja noch ein Computer mit einem Labor, ne, wo wir auch noch ein Passwort eingeben mussten, ne, eigentlich.
Nighthawk. This is Dr. Hero of Japan. Are you receiving me? Over. Hello, said the old lady. This is Nighthawk. It's good to speak to you again. Dr. Hero explained that something had gone wrong and the enemy robots had nearly breached their defenses. We have everything we need to broadcast our nice virus and make the robots far more passive. It might take a few months. Can you hold out until then? Dr. Hero sighed. Well, we'll have to. I spent the rest of that day helping Sim and the blind man set up a computer with what they called the internet.
Ein typisches 56K Modem.
The planet might have been ravaged by war, but this allowed people to communicate with each other. The old lady was concerned about viruses and other technical-sounding things, explaining that they might infect me. But Mr. Silton talked right over her, as he convinced everyone it was a great idea. It was amazing. When Heather and I looked at it, there was nothing but video games and awesome cartoons. When Mr. Preston looked, it was all strange conspiracies and ghosts. Mr. Logan saw guns. Alice saw that her church was having a summer fete. For Mr. Deck it was operas and subtitled films. But when Mr. Silton looked at it, I was shocked to find the entire thing was full of naked ladies.
Oh, yeah.
Later that evening, Mr. Silton wheeled an old piano into the room. Heather smiled as she explained that her parents had bought it for her when she had seen it in an old junk shop. As a thank you, she had written a piece of music for her parents, which one day she tried to play for them.
Ding dong. Ding dong.
For some reason, she then gave me a huge hug and suggested I might like to play the piano with her.
Oh, ich darf Klavier spielen. Easy.
As happy as the old lady was with us playing the piano, we soon got back to business. After scanning the house, she explained that, other than the escaped nanobots, there were 4 test robots that I would have to track down. They had each taken important satellite parts that we would need to broadcast the nice virus, and we had to get these parts back to the hallway with the rest of our equipment. If you're going to explore the house, said Mr. Silton, you should know some of the doors have been boarded up. Here, take my crowbar. Oi, That's mine, laughed Mr. Preston. You said you didn't take it. You really are a proper c***. Mr. Preston explained that they had used it in what he called their old business. I soon realized this meant all sorts of robbery, but he said that they'd given that all up after falling out with their old gang of associates. Although Mr. Preston's story was very interesting, Simon the blind man had something even more interesting for me, something they called an auto map.
Haben wir jetzt eine Map? Das sind 2 Bosse, oder wie? Also nach oben hin und so. Oh, guck mal! Guten Tag! Stiefelkammer. Wir mal eben auf die Karte gucken. Da. Okay, scheiß auf die Stiefelkammer.